Welcome to Live Ad Breakdowns, where I'm going to be breaking down a live MMA fighter who's in the UFC, his ads, his classes, his business, how to grow it with paid traffic, and how to get the most out of his current ad spend and see how he can work with social media. So I'm excited to welcome Damon to the room, and let's get right into today's interview. All right, Damon, what's going on, man? Put your mic on.
You hear me now?
Yes, sir. I can hear you.
Okay, cool. I have a class going on now, so it's a little busy.
Okay, cool. So, dude, these are like really professional interviews where I have the cameras going and I'm going to go through your business, see how I can help you. Like I said to you via Instagram, like if all the boxes check off, dude, like I'll find a way for you to come on board with us. It's very affordable. But right now, you're at 10 to 15. I believe you're at, let me just pull up your stuff right now. So you're at 10 to 25K a month. How much are you spending a day on ads right now?
0.
Zero. Okay. So you're at 10 to 25K a month, no ads. Okay, how do you get people in the gym right now? Is that just referral? Is it just organic?
I applied to UFC forever for like 10 years now, and there's a lot of times like just being on there, doing interviews on YouTube and things like that. Kind of
Okay.
gets word of mouth. I'm inside of a 24-hour fitness too, so it's very convenient. So
Okay.
I'm inside 24-hour fitness, so I get a lot of people walking by, a lot of foot traffic.
Okay. So it's referral, organic, no ads. Have you tried running ads in the past?
I did one time, and like back in the day for my dad's business, but I've never done it in my gym.
Okay. So what we really need to develop for you, man, is like an actual offer that we could run on like cold traffic. So right now, when you get a referral or organic, they're just used to paying you up front. You're not giving them any special or trial, correct?
Yeah, they get a free pot. That's it.
They get a free class. Okay. But can we say like in the ads that they get a free class with a UFC fighter? Is that something that you can actually advertise?
Sure.
Dude, that's literally so badass. Okay. Uh, so like the first thing when I run pay traffic is I try to break down it into four key parts. Okay. So the first part is your offer. What you say in the ad and what you advertise dictates the success that you'll have. If you just said, "Hey man, pay, how much is your program a month after they get the free class?"
It's $49 a week.
$49 a week.
Yeah, $200 a month,
So
whatever.
it's about 200 a month. Okay, cool. So right now, like, what is your retention like? How long do they usually stay for?
I mean, a lot of my people are day ones. Like, since I opened 2 years ago, I've had very consistent. I haven't like I'll gain 5 and I'll lose 1 or 2. Like
Okay, so we'll basically say that like retention. So we could say like retention is basically like 80%.
yeah,
Is that valid? And
yeah.
how long is that? How long is that usually for? Is that for 5 to 6 months? Is that for a year? How long is that?
I don't do fun charts, and I'm about to start doing that because I'm losing out on a lot of money there because those other gyms give you like a down payment, and I haven't done that yet, and I'm going to.
Okay.
So basically, I want to do a down payment of like either $200 or $300, and then basically, or they have to do a year contract,
Okay, I like that.
and they do a year, and they pay the monthly fee, or they do month to month, they have to do a $300 down payment.
Okay. Basically, if you have 80% retention and you want to break down like monthly versus yearly, right? If you're on monthly, you're going to get 200 bucks a month out of them, but not everyone pays up front for monthly. Would you rather have more cash up front for the monthly?
Honestly, man, I want consistency with it. Like as
Okay.
far as like maybe monthly, I know like what my income's gonna be every month.
Okay.
Like it goes up and down, it now fluctuates a little bit. But
So like,
honestly, like I would just like to get my kids program built up where I have like uh 60 to 70 kids, and right now I'm at like 35. And so
okay.
that's my biggest focus. Because like
So,
right
all
now
right.
this is a
So,
daytime style.
yeah. So monthly, but personally, what I would do for monthly is if you want to do $49 a week and you want consistency, just give them an incentive and do like 179 a month. 179 a month for like a paid in full for monthly. If they go yearly, the way that I'd run yearly usually is I will give them the last 2 months free. So like for example, right? It's 200 bucks a month, so 200 times 12 is $2,400. A sexy way to price yearly. People are attached to paying $2,000 or more. So if you said, "Hey, listen, instead of 2,400 for the whole year, just give me $1,900 for the year and then you're good." That's an upfront payment for the whole year. That pricing hack works very well in our business. We also do like we end the price in 97 or 800 or 900, and it helps a lot with the price psychology. So like I would just give them the whole year for 1900 or like 1800, give or take, depending on what you're willing to give up. Now on the kid side, you got 35 kids right now. So 35, how much are they paying a month?
It depends on their age. Right now, I'm doing split age. So I'm doing like in between four to 12 is 120, and then in between 12 and 17 is 150. So it's kind of like it's a little confusing. When I first started, I was doing this like 12 and under was basically 120. 13 to 17 was 150, and then if
Okay.
18 plus is 170, and then military first responders 150. So it kind of takes a little while. But I wanted to change the price point, and I haven't done that yet. And I was going to do that on the first. I was going to make it to where it's $49 a week because
Okay.
it seems like people get intimidated when they hear a gym membership is $200 a month. But that kind of scares people. And that's, like, I get it. I understand what I'm paying for because you're getting like one-on-one attention every class. The class where small enough where you can ask questions, you can learn good technique, and you're also getting a hard workout. So I understand.
So for the kids, is the same offer the free class?
Yeah, they always come
Okay.
in and try it. Do a trial class and then go.
So dude, this is great. So okay. So just to kind of break this down, how like I would like to work with you on this is that there's a couple of ways that this is going to break down. Okay. So if we have 4 to 12, okay, and then we have 12 to 17, and then we have 18 and up. Okay. And the offer is the same for each one. We can run Facebook ads literally to the parents of kids in those age groups. So the targeting would be, you know, parents of, and then for 12 to 17, the targeting would be the same because, like kids are not able to afford that. But 18 plus, you can run that to 18 to like 30. What do you think's the best age group for 18 plus? Is that 18 to 30, 18 to 40? What does that look like?
Honestly, I'd say 40. Honestly, it's
Okay.
really good. I have a good flex of different people, but I have a lot of upper 20s and 30s, and preteens kind of like a hard age to get. They already have another sport they're into. They have multiple practices and things like that. So you
Okay.
get people that are out of high school that have like a normal job, they can come up here, or people that are in college that come here when school's not in session. So I would say honestly, it's probably like the kids and then people in their 30s, upper 20s and 30s would be my
Okay.
biggest.
So if the offer is the same across the board, the biggest thing that I want you to understand is just the math. So let's just go through some organic math real quick. So for every single lead that you get, that's 4 to 12, ages 4 to 12, how many leads do you get a month? Would you say? Just give me an estimate.
Um, I don't like the leads are literally just word of mouth people coming in. So
Yeah, I know, but like how many new ones do you get a month, would you say?
like I don't know, man, probably like maybe 15, 10, 15.
Okay.
People come in
So
and try a
okay.
class.
So let's just say 10 leads on 4 to 12. Would you say it's the same for 12 to 17 and then 18 plus? Same amount, 10 per month?
18 plus is probably like closer to 20 or 30. Like I have people that come in and try it out, yeah, 20,
Okay.
yeah.
All right. So right now, if you get 10 leads on 4 to 12, how many actually become buyers?
Usually the majority of like, I mean, I have pretty good shot. It's a kids class. If the parents bring the kid in, they always love the class and they always say, yes, I want to sign up right away. And so that's pretty good. I feel good about that. With the adults, it's like kids that are in their 20s who don't really have the money to spend, which is why I wanted to do the $49 a month or whatever. But I'm willing to do the monthly. Like I'll just continue doing what I'm doing.
Okay.
If you think it works good,
But here's the
marketing.
biggest thing. So, like, when we run paid traffic and we're doing any type of marketing, like, this is going to be a really cool experience for you because you got to understand your numbers. Like, when you're sitting at the table, when you start growing your business, say you bring in partners or you bring in other people, you got to be able to sit there and say, hey, dude, for the people who are 4 to 12, we have a 70% conversion rate on 4 to 12. We have a 60% conversion rate on 12 to 17. We have a 50% conversion rate 18 plus, and you got to find those bottlenecks. So, when I ask any business owner, hey, I'm getting 10 leads, give me a percentage on how many of the 10 leads are going to be buyers. What's the minimum? Is it 70%, 60%, 80%?
I would say 60.
60. Okay. So that means 6 become buyers. When we look at paid traffic, man, we look at taking that organic percentage and chopping it in half, because cold traffic is harder. It's not word of mouth. It's not referrals, but it is more scalable. So if we're getting 60% here, that means that cold traffic would be 30. If cold traffic's 30%, let's go to 12 to 17. That's going to be 6 people. So that's going to be 30% on cold. And then 18 plus, out of those 20 leads, how many the 18 plus buy?
They out of 20, I'd like give maybe 10.
10? Okay, so that's 50%. Okay, so now we're 25% on cold. So now if we know these numbers, and I'm writing this stuff down for my own, courtesy so that, we obviously can hit the ground running. So we got 30% cold, 30% cold, and then we have 25% cold on the 18 plus. If we were to break down paid ads, I want to have your lead cost be around $10 or less. Okay, for a free class. Okay, so let's say your lead cost is $10 a lead. And we have to have targets that we set, because if we don't have targets, then we can't do shit without targets. So if we're getting $10 a lead on each one. Okay, let's say out of those 3 leads, 1 person comes in. So 30%. Okay, 1 person comes in. That means we're going to spend $30 for someone to show up. $30 for someone to come into the gym right now to show up. Okay. Same goes for the other 2 columns. So $30 per show rate. And then this right here, if we get $10 a lead, 25%, that's going to be $40 for a show. That's for the 18 plus. If we're paying $30 for someone to show up, and then $30 for someone to show up on the 12 to 17, and then $40 for someone to show up on the 18 plus, that means that we're going to pay $80. Okay. $80 to get a customer on 18 plus. That's our goal. And I'll explain why that's okay in just a second. $80 for someone 18 plus, $60 for someone 12 to 17, and then $60 for someone 4 to 12. Okay. If we know that our cost of acquisition cost is going to be 60 to $80, what are we really banking on? We're banking on them staying. So you said that your retention's 80%. So what we do is we take that number and we say, all right, cool. 60 times 0.80. Okay. That means it's going to be $72 for someone to convert on the first 2. Okay. And then we got $72. Now, if it's 80 times 0.20, that's 16. It's $96 to get someone 18 plus to buy. You're going to be able to convert, and based on the monthly cost, you're going to be able to convert and get people around a 2x ROAS on a lifetime value basis. So that's 2x lifetime value. What I look for is within the first 90 days, I got to get 4x or higher. Would you be confident in saying that people who come in, they are going to stay at least 3 months? Okay. So if they're going to stay more than 3 months, now I'm paying $72 to make $600. And then on the second age group, I'm paying $72 to make $600. And then on the 18 plus, I'm paying $96 to make $600. Okay. If you did the the $49 a week, whatever that looks like. Now, with that being said, like, we're going to be at a 4x, not even a 4x, we're going to be at a 6x lifetime value in 3 months. And keep this in mind, dude, if we're starting you off at $50 a day in ads, we require $50 a day in ads. We're going to get 5 leads per day. So at 5 leads per day, at $10 a lead on the target, that means that we're going to get, if we get 5 leads a day on each, that's 5 times 30, because we're running ads the whole month. That's 150 leads. Okay. Which means that 30 are going to be responsive and 10 are going to buy. If we got 10 buyers a month, what's 10 times 179? 10 times 179 is 1790 on the first month. 1790, you're spending 1500 in ads. Yes, you make a little bit of money in month 1, but how much are you making in month 2 and 3? That's where the lifetime value comes into play. So you're spending $1,500 to make $4,500. Actually, it's $4,900. So now you're able to keep this thing going. And on top of that, what are you able to capitalize on if you get 10 people to buy month one? What else are you going to be doing to bank on them?
Basically, I sell beer, I sell like t-shirts, boxing gloves, things like that.
Okay, perfect.
That helps it for sure. And then just honestly, the monthly flow of everything is just I've gotten used to that, but I haven't gotten used to like making people pay like a down payment or things like that. So that's something that I wanted to work on.
Okay.
Basically, just having an upfront cost down payment, and then
I mean, dude, we could test having 2 ads. One that's free class and one that's like a cheaper, like your first class is $49 or your first class is something to where they can come in and they have some skin in the game and they're actually spending money first. Now, that's up to what the ads dictate on what that would look like based off conversion rate, based off cost per lead, based off cost per click. All those things are going to be different. But if you want to test free versus paid, of course you can. We'd be happy to do that. But yeah. I mean, I would want to get the free class off the ground, see what the stats look like, and then the way I look at free versus paid, if you get $10 a lead, you're probably going to pay $60, $70 to get someone to spend money on a landing page. Okay? So with that being said, you're going to have to put that cash up front to then get some self-liquidating money. Okay? So that's what that's going to look like. So like breaking down the numbers like that, does that make it more confident for you to like run paid traffic? Do you understand what I'm getting at, or are you still like unclear
yeah,
on
for
something?
sure. No, I get it. I
Okay.
just like it's the getting leads to come in here. I've never once ran an ad. I've never once I do Instagram and that's really about it. And
Okay.
a lot of that was attached to my personal page, like my personal MMA page. So
Mm-hmm.
I haven't done enough on social media to push it myself, and
Yeah.
that's why I'm reaching out to you guys.
Yeah, of course, dude. So, I kind of talked to you in the DMs about like what that investment would look like. Are you open to hearing about that? Because I have a cool special for you because you decided to do the interview.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. All right. I'll go through this with you, dude. All you have to do is just tell me yes or no. No hard feelings, man. If you say no. But yeah, man, I figured I just, go through this with you because obviously at 10 to 25K a month, you can afford it. I know you can. You just got to commit. That's all. Okay.